The stern was spiraling as it landed, and everything shifted to port, including the upper decks. It's more noticeable from the starboard side, but you can see the sea deck second-class promenade windows don't line up with the lower deck walls by about 3 meters.
I had no idea the impact was so violent.
Yeah. The stern was traveling at roughly 60 kilometers per hour when it hit the ground. A lot of debris trailed out of the stern as it spun, and the jagged edges of the exposed decks were folded back or peeled off. The implosion damage had blown out the walls and sides, so the upper decks were lacking supports and collapsed on top of each other as it landed. The only reason the stern has some structure now is the watertight bulkheads remain.
Photograph has been taken.
There you go.
Is it just me, or does this mast look shorter than the foremast?
Yeah. This aft mast is slightly shorter than the foremast. Only the bottom section of both masts remains. The top 4.5 meters were teak and have since disintegrated.
Okay, what's next?
We're heading aft again. Over to the starboard side this time. I'll mark it on your map.
What should I be looking for?
We're moving towards a piece of decking, sticking up out of the collapsed decks. A loose section of the well deck fell fast enough that it managed to slice through the decks just forward of watertight bulkhead O.
Whoa.
Threat for the ROV. Make sure you don't get too close.
Right, I'll keep my distance.
Camera ready.
Jump. Why is the decking here collapsed so much more than the port side?
This area suffered massive implosion damage. The stern still had pockets of air as it sank, and the outside pressure increased to a point where the surrounding water forced its way into these pockets. The implosion was powerful enough to strip away all the cabin walls and supports from this area, leaving the decks to collapse on top of each other.
Survivors reported hearing underwater explosions. Do you think that was the stern imploding?
Yeah, that's the current opinion. Ships don't go down quietly.
Okay, what's next?
We've been asked to recover a tile from the decking just aft of here. There is a small pile of tiles from the third-class general room, and we can grab one from the top of the pile.
I found the tile. I just need to pick it up by pressing the cross button to interact.
Okay, there's the tile.
So, this tile was originally from the general room. Was that near here?
Yeah. The third-class general and smoking rooms were at the very aft of the stern, just under the poop deck. We'll pass them as we head over to the port side propeller.
Poop deck.
Right.
The general room was used as a covered communal space for families and friends to talk and enjoy music, similar to the open space in the bow. The smoking room next door was strictly for men and was somewhere they could relax and order a drink. If passengers wanted a bit of fresh air, they could head out onto the well deck. The destruction wasn't limited to the top of the ship. The propellers were bent up at an angle of 20 degrees. The correct position of the propeller is 7 meters below ground level. The stern was traveling at about 60 to 80 kilometers per hour and spun 2.5 rotations before hitting the ocean floor. Decks were bent back, and the sides aren't connected. The sides must have come apart on the way down, because they're bent too far out to be damaged from the impact. The central propeller has been thought to be a 4-blade like Olympics, but Harland and Wolff records show a 3-blade was fitted to Titanic.
How are we supposed to make it over there? Here, so I'm gonna go right above it, and once I do, I'm gonna release my ROV. So we're right above it now. ROV, there you go. Check out a map. This way. Oh, I didn't let my ROV get in. That's why it's kind of far away. Here we are. Now, where is this thing that we're trying to find? The thing about this is, I don't really understand where it could be. Maybe in here then, right? Because it says the further I go, the more like the less
I don't
it
think
is.
we should go any further. There's a danger of collapse.
Yeah, I don't think we should go any further too. Yeah. I 100% agree with that statement. We should not go any further because if it collapsed, that'd be really bad. Now, what are we supposed to do? The port side propeller. Here, you know what? I'm just gonna take out my camera and photograph something random, and hopefully I get it. Did I get it? No? Go. Oh, where could this propeller be? Maybe it's in here actually. Come on. No. Wise men say only fools rush in, but
Okay, Dr. Lynch. We are nearing the end of our dive. We have a couple of more tasks to complete before returning to the surface.
Right. What's next?
We have a special assignment from a company called VR Education, who are currently building a virtual model of the Titanic shipwreck.
Whoa, the entire wreck?
Yeah. Well, most of it. They wanted to create the model so that new generations of kids and adults will be able to explore the wreck long after it's gone. She's been sitting here on the bottom of the ocean for over a century now, and is expected to disappear by 2030, thanks to hungry bacteria eating at her hull and slowly dissolving her.
Yeah.
Yeah, it really is sad. It'll soon be just a memory. But this sounds like a worthwhile project. What's the assignment they've asked for?
The developers at VR Education have asked us to place a plaque on the stern next to the one Dr. Ballard placed back in the 80s. The plaque is in your ROV inventory, ready to be placed.
Okay. Where's Dr. Ballard's plaque located?
Ballard placed the plaque between two roller fair leads on the extreme aft starboard side of the stern. I will mark the location on your map.
I'm on location. Thanks, Gene. I'm on my way now.
Great. Once you've placed it, please take a photo so we can send it to the people at VR Education.
Photo taken. The plaque reads, "This plaque is dedicated to the memory of all those who lost their lives on the sinking of RMS Titanic on the 15th of April, 1912. This plaque is located on the ship's final area of refuge before she plunged into the depths of the icy ocean. May those who perished find peace at their eternal destination."
Very poignant. It's sad to know that many of the victims on that tragic night spent their last few moments clinging to life in this very spot. It was the last part of Titanic to submerge.
Yeah, I can't imagine what it would have been like. This whole trip was a big honor. I feel like this one's gonna stick with me.
Me too. It was a pleasure guiding you on your dives, Dr. Lynch. I hope we can get to do this again someday.
Don't mention it. You performed brilliantly. Yeah, I think it's time to call it a day. Let's hope we get some funding to come back here in the future. I'm sure there's a lot more to be discovered.
Me too. Just hit the autopilot to return to the ship.
Well, this may be our last dive, so... Whew, wow, that is nice. Everything about this was amazing. It was an amazing experience. Smooth. So yeah, that's what I was talking about. So in 2030 is when the ship is suspected to disappear fully because of all the Febreze eating and stuff. Wait, that's it? Level select. That's it? Really? Alright, well, I guess we're going on to the experience then. Oh, so that's just like, okay, I get it. That was just like the wreck and stuff, like just exploring the after wreck. But this is gonna be the actual Titanic right here that we're gonna be playing. Ooh, I'm getting goosebumps. Ooh. Titanic on deck 1:10 a.m. Titanic's hull is breached by a collision with an iceberg and is rapidly taking on water. Captain Smith has ordered women and children to lifeboats.
Women and children! This way! Women and children!
Oh. Sounds like women and children.
Look for that ship on the
This way.
horizon. Transfer your passengers and tell their captain to come at once. We require urgent assistance.
Surely they can see our rockets, sir.
If they can, they are not responding. As quickly as you can.
Aye, aye, sir.
Quickly now! Women and children!
I can't see anything, it's so dark.
Quickly! The boats are leaving!
Daddy, where are we going?
Shh, love, we're going on a little adventure. We'll be back soon.
Over here. Let's try this one.
I'm afraid it's women and children only, sir.
Please, sir, can't you see my wife needs help with the children?
Sorry, sir. Captain's orders.
What's the meaning of this? Is this a drill?
Only a precaution, sir. Everyone will be back aboard in good time.
I can't see
John,
anything,
I
it's so
can't
black.
manage without you. I need you.
We'll just have to for now.
But
Don't worry, Marie. I'll get on another boat. You go ahead with the children.
Daddy, I don't want to go without you.
John, I don't see any men boarding lifeboats.
I'm sure there's other boats further down letting men board. Right, David, help your mother and sister board.
Yes, Dad.
I'm sorry, sir. Women and children only.
For God's
He's
sake,
just a
he's
boy.
just a boy.
What age is he?
He's only 16.
He'll have to stay on board with the other men.
God's sake.
Do something, John.
Is there nothing you can do? My wife can't manage alone.
I'm afraid not, sir. Captain's orders.
Hey, the officers are letting the boys leave on the other side. You
That's
must hurry.
messed up.
Thanks, friend. Marie, take the baby. Look after Emily. We'll get on another boat. Emily, Daddy loves you very much. Be good for your mother and sister. We'll see you again soon.
Daddy, don't go. You have to come with us. We won't be able to find you.
Shush now, love. You're going on the boat with your mom and your sister. We'll be along shortly, I promise.
Daddy, I don't want to go.
Women and children.
Go
This
straight to the
boat,
next
leave it.
boat.
Hurry now.
Do what
This
you
way,
must
please.
to get aboard. Do you understand?
I will, ma'am, I will. Don't worry.
Mind him, John.
Right, Emily. Time to go. Be brave.
No.
Here,
No,
let me help.
Daddy,
Emily,
please.
go. You have
I
to
want
go with your mother.
you.
Go.
Please let me go with
No.
you. Dad.
You'll be all right. Be
Please.
good, child. We'll see you soon.
We'll head straight for another boat.
Women and children. Final call.
Right, it's time to go.
No.
She must be terrified.
Oh, the poor thing.
Oh, I'm in the lifeboat.
Ready to ropes.
Bye. Bye, Emily. Bye,
All right,
Marie.
away.
Wait, I'm a man. I'm not supposed to be in the lifeboat.
there,
What's
sweetheart.
happening?
They'll
Wait,
be
what?
fine.
Oh, you made an exception for me. Thank you.
My daughter was the same growing up. Father's favorite.
Do you believe there's any real danger?